Hi, my name is Tony Kovatch, and I'm the artist in residence here at Liberty Bellows in Philadelphia. I want to welcome you back to our series of instructional videos for the piano accordion. In our last lesson, we learned how to spell a minor seventh chord on both the treble and bass side of the instrument. Today, we will add a new chord, the half-diminished seventh chord, to our vocabulary and use it to play the classic Argentinian tango, El Choclo. First, let's review the different types of seventh chords we've learned thus far. The first chord we learned is called the dominant seventh chord, or just seventh chord. It consists of a major triad with a minor third on top. Remember, a minor third is 3 half steps, so we go 1, 2, 3. A minor seventh is almost the same as a dominant seventh, except that the triad is minor. So that's a minor triad with a minor third on top. Notice that the seventh interval is the same for those two chords. A fully diminished seventh chord is a diminished triad with a minor third on top. 1, 2, 3. So our new chord of the day, the half-diminished seventh chord, is a diminished triad with a major third on top. So here's our diminished triad, and then we're going to count 4 half steps for our major third. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like we didn't have a designated button for the minor seventh chord in the left hand, we also don't have a designated button for the half-diminished seventh chord. So we'll have to combine buttons from different rows to custom make the chord that we need. So let's break the chord apart to see which notes we need. Our song of the day uses the half-diminished chord E half-diminished, which is E, G, B flat, and D. Just like last time, we'll assume that the E is played with a bass button. So we'll take that away. We're left with G, B flat, and D, which spells a G minor chord. So find your G minor chord, and just like our last lesson, we have 2 options as far as which bass note we can play. We can either play our E fundamental bass, or we can play our E counterbass. If you look at the distance, you'll notice that playing E counterbass is a lot closer. And now let's do a short exercise to ready us for our song of the day. You're going to play an E half-diminished seventh chord, 2 chunks, and then you're going to play 2 chunks of A7, and then 4 chunks of D minor. Put together, it sounds like this. Repeat. Now let's try doing that in a tango pattern. That's bass chord, chord, bass chord, bass chord, bass chord, chord, bass chord, bass chord. So that'll sound like this. All of this should come in handy in our song of the day, El Choclo. Our song of the day is in D minor, which means we're going to play from D to D with 1 flat, B flat. The melody of this song mostly follows arpeggios. In the first phrase, we're going to highlight a D minor arpeggio. You're going to start with your thumb on A. When I get up to the F with my third finger, you notice that I play 2 notes in a row. I'm going to switch my thumb up on the second hit. And then we're going to keep highlighting D, but descend in this phrase. Notice the crossover. The next phrase highlights an A7 chord. When I get to the E with my third finger, I'm going to do the same thing that I did before, switch my thumb up. Here it is again. And this part's really fun. You're going to do a chromatic descent with your thumb on A. You're going to go thumb to thumb on A, G sharp, G. And then we're going to keep highlighting an A7 chord, starting from the E with your pinky. The next phrase is identical to the first phrase of the song. And then here we're going to highlight a D7 chord. Then we're going to highlight a G minor chord. Here it is again. You're going to play a B flat with your thumb, and then the upper octave of B flat with your 4th finger. And the last phrase of the A section starts with your 3rd finger on F. Here's the entire A section. The left-hand chords are going to start on D minor, and they're going to highlight the same arpeggios that we were playing in our right hand. That's going to be 3 bars of D minor, and then 4 bars of A7, and then 3 bars of D minor, one bar of D7, and then G minor for 2 bars, then 1 bar of D minor, 1 bar of A7, and we finish with 1 bar of D minor. The melody for the B section starts with your thumb on C and begins with a crossover. Notice the G sharp, which is not in the key, but adds some interesting color. Then we're going to reach down, we're going to play the E with our thumb and a G with our 4th finger. Then we're going to reach down again, we're going to play B flat with our thumb and E with our 4th finger. Here's the entire phrase. The next phrase starts in a very similar way with our thumb on A, and we're going to do a crossover with G sharp. And then we're going to reach up to G with our 4th finger. So that'll sound like this. The next phrase is going to walk down and up, starting with our 3rd finger on F. And the next 2 melodic fragments are the same. This whole section is going to revolve around the note A being held. So if we add that to the phrase, it sounds like this. In the B section, our left-hand accompaniment pattern is going to change. We're going to play straight quarter notes. The first 4 measures alternate between C7 and F, just like this. C7, F, C7, F. And this is where our warm-up really comes in handy. We're going to play 2 beats of E half-diminished 7th, 2 beats of A7, and then 4 beats of D minor. Then we're going to play a full measure of E half-diminished 7th. At this point, we're going to switch back to our original tango beat, and we're going to alternate every 2 beats between A7 and E half-diminished 7th, just like this. And then after that, we're going to play 1 measure of A7 to finish out the section. So here's the entire B section. After the B section, you're going to play the second half of the A section to finish the song. Let's put it all together. Join us next time as we continue to expand our chord vocabulary by adding the major 7th and major 9th. Thanks for watching.